Hey everybody, we're live right now, and it's a beautiful Monday. Bit rainy where I'm at, but hey, it's another day in paradise. Hope everyone's having a good day, and we're gonna get started with some chess in just a moment. Okay, hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's play some blitz. All right, we're starting. We're starting off with zero tactic. We're going to start things off with pawn to e4. Best by test. Against the Scandinavian, we take always and then hit the queen. The Scandinavian sucks, so I'm really happy to see it on the board. We play d4, and we're going to bring out our knights. Hey there, Wazin King. Good to see you. Let's bring out our bishop. You are the first. You're the lucky first. All right, let's go here and create a cubbyhole for our bishop. And boom, we're going there. They've damaged their pawns a little bit. Let's castle. Everything is good here. Let's protect that pawn. The bishop could have took our knight. Let's put rook e1 on the board. Castles. Let's start pointing our pieces at the king side. We're going to go in for an attack at some point. Let's take here. We're just going to capture it. Queen takes queen is okay, it didn't happen. Let's take here. And we'll put our knight over here. In the center. All right, that move doesn't scare me. Let's go ahead and back up that knight. Protect the pawn. This knight is guarded by the rook. No issues right now. How are you doing today, Evan? All right, where is he going with that bishop? I want to play c3 next if he doesn't do anything. Kick away that bishop. Hey, chess player, good to see you again. All right, where is that bishop going? My opponent is in a deep think for a 3-minute game. All right, the bishop comes to play over here. Let's see. I guess we take. If pawn takes, this is big trouble. Okay, let's go here anyway. I feel good about this because I can go here maybe with the fork and pick up a rook if they're not careful. That was a good short. Are you referring to the one I just posted? Or are you talking about a different one? Because I just posted one maybe a few minutes ago. It's called Find the Epic Checkmate. And I overlaid some Dragon Ball Z music. Yeah, I think that was a cool one. I think the music made the whole stream. The whole short. Alright, let's go over here. The one I just posted? Yeah. Glad you liked it. I'm getting wrecked here. I just got forked. I have nothing to play for. I'm just going to be down the exchange. If that was actually quite hard, yeah. I don't know what was hard, the puzzle or the music. Or both. It was pretty epic. I hope that one will do well. I kind of like my new style of kind of screaming into the chest short. Short and sweet makes it all the best. I'm just losing here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm technically not losing because anything can happen, but I mean, come on. I'm down the exchange. This can't possibly be good. Let's go here. But we fight. We keep fighting. Let's go here. See what he wants to do. Probably go there. I am cooked. I have no idea what I'm doing at this point. I'm just getting slobbered. There's no immediate checkmate, though, I'm realizing. Which is a plus. Maybe knight d3 at some point. I'm hanging on here by a thread. Maybe I could flag my opponent. Who knows? Pawn is hit. I'd love to play knight d3. Yeah, let's go here. Let's go here. Okay, we don't want to exchange rooks. But at the same time, I'm going to get checkmated if I'm not careful, so we have to take. Let's move our king. What to do? I'm cooked. I'm absolutely cooked. This is what happens when you play a 1900. If you're not careful, you just get wrecked. But maybe I can make some magic happen. Let's see what to do. I'm just losing the pawn. He doesn't take. Okay. Okay, he takes that way. I'm down material. Yeah, I'm just lost. I'm just lost, but I'm going for a flag. I'm going for a flag. We're hitting the knight. Okay, they block. Let's go here. I officially don't know what I'm doing. But hold on a sec. The rook is almost trapped. But there's no way for me to attack it except this. Okay, but the rook can go here. And isn't that just a checkmate? Yeah, it's a checkmate. That sucks. I thought I was holding on. He had 28 seconds left, but what can you do? No one's in my queue right now, so that means I'm going to play someone else. Yeah, it happens. It happens. All right, d4, d5. What's up, Rewinds? Can we play? Yeah, you just need to join my queue. Do exclam join and you'll be next. Looks like R&B stole your spot. Oh, guys, the queue is not closed. Let me open it up. Let me open it up. Sorry about that. Once it's open, then it'll go by the order of people that submit. Give it a break. Let me open the queue. I think you're overloading it right now. Once it says it's... Oh, there we go. Queue is now open. Feel free to spam it. Whoever gets it, gets it. What can I say? Wazinking Evan got it first. That actually makes sense because it's fair. He asked for it first. Works out. Now rewinds. There we go. And then probably R&B will be next. You're getting angry for a second? Yeah, sorry about that. Didn't realize the queue was off from yesterday. But you guys are all in. Let's go here. I'm not paying any attention to this game. But that's okay. Let's go here. Knight takes knight is the only move. Yep. And we'll maybe put a rook. Let's put a rook on e8. Maybe at some point open up. Let's double up here. He wants to do the same. We'll go here. Oh, you were about to say the queue is closed? Ah. Oh well. Let's go here. Now there's a little bit of pressure on that pawn. What are they doing? They protect it that way. I think I want to push because I go here, 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 here. Rook takes, queen takes, and you'd be down a queen. So this works. Let's take. Now do I want to take with the rook or the bishop? Probably the rook. And we take with the rook. And now we have some dominance on that e-file. A little touch of dominance. They got to be careful not to do that because they get this. And now that is a pin. And we win the queen. Let's go. They blundered. We beat someone with a beautiful tactic. Do I play Lee Chess? Not really. I'm mostly chess.com. All right. Let's see who is up first in our queue. We have, drum roll, Evan Ahmed. All right, Evan, you are up. Let's get our first viewer game in the books. Challenge set. All right, Evan, here we go. Let's fight. I'm going to destroy you in this game, and I'll explain my thought process so you can learn from it. Here we go. He is a 1434. He is no joke. But we're going to play e4 best by test, and we have a Caro-Kann. Against the Caro-Kann, we're going to bring out our two knights. He's playing very passively here with d6. Okay, solid move. Let's play d4 and try to open things up. Right away, I'm threatening to take the pawn. Okay, he takes, and now I'll take back with the knight. Bring out our pieces. It's sort of the Caro because it starts with e4, e6. But it's not a traditional Caro Khan. Alright. Here I think we take. Energetic mode, let's go. Let's back up the bishop. It's attacked. This pawn here is isolated, which means it's going to be a long-term target for me. Alright, he's pinning my knight with the bishop. Let's block it with our bishop. Say no thank you to that pin. Alright, the knight is hit. The knight is hit. Let's take. Hurt his pawn structure a little bit more. It is supporting this pawn, but this leaves this as a backwards pawn. Let's castle. Kingside safety. Let's go. And let's attack that bishop, see where he wants to go with it. He backs up. Now let's do a pin. We answer a pin with a pin of our own. Two can play at the pin game. Alright, let's back it up. Maintain pressure on the pin. He breaks it, but we play rook e1. Start putting some pressure on that bishop. Let's go over here. Slight pressure. Okay, let's try to double up. Need to be a little bit careful about how we do it. Let's first play h4 and prevent anything from coming to g4. Alright, that move, I don't know what it does. Let's double up. I don't know what this accomplishes. We will double up here. And we're going to continue to put pressure. Okay, interesting. I think I can gain a pawn here by removing the defender. Let's go here. Let's go there. Remove the defender of this pawn. Let's grab this pawn here. The bishop cannot take it because rook takes rook. And otherwise I'm on one of these pieces. I think I have this game in the bag. I am just absolutely devastating. This knight is a monster. Attacking the queen. Attacking the bishop. The queen will have to move over here probably. But then knight takes bishop. And then queen takes knight. And then queen takes and then pawn takes. And then bishop takes bishop. And then pawn takes and then rook takes and then rook takes. And then I'll be up a bunch of material. So we take. And now if you can see here, I'm up majority on both sides. So I'll trade. Let's go. Trade. And now I have three pawns here, 3 pawns here. My opponent only has 2 here and 2 there. They're all disconnected, so I can easily march in with my king. I don't have to worry about moving my pawns right now. I want kingside activation. Get the king active in the center. Let's go here. Lock that pawn up. Where is this king going? Over here? Take the opposition. Where is this king going? The king goes away. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Get some more activity. Let's go here and stop this pawn push. Stop this pawn push. Black is running out of options. If he moves again, I'm going to lock him out. Now the king has to move. Where is this king going? Where is that king going? Anywhere he goes. If he goes here, I outflank him. And he resigns, and rightfully so. Good game. Who is next? I see he wants a rematch, but unfortunately, 1 game per person to make it fair for everybody. Rewinds, you are up next. Thank you very much, Rewinds. Rewinds, you say you have me added. If so, send me a challenge. I don't know what your username is, so remind me what that is. Let's go here, Rewinds. What is your username? Don't think I have it. Is it Kapilchin? Because I see a challenge from there. What is it? You do? Could it be... Evan says that was the 2nd worst game I played against you in history. Dang. But that was fun. It was pretty instructional. Rewinds, what is your username? We gotta know what it is. Or challenge me directly. That was a pretty interesting fight, Evan. Is it RPD Nej RFC? Is that it? That's probably it. You sent me a challenge for a bullet game. Alright, let's do it. Let's start things off with e4. E4, best by test. Let's go. Bullet game. Let's rock and roll here. We improved our bullet rating a bit. We're 1951. Scandinavian. Garbage opening. Giving me a free pawn right out of the bat. It's horrible. And that one pawn you're left with is all by itself. Let's go here. Develop. Kingside safety. That is a free pawn. Give me that. Give me that free pawn. Let's go over here and threaten a checkmate in one. Okay. I take the knight. What is going on here? Let's just back up. Enjoy the extra piece. What is going on here? I'm just going to castle for kingside safety. Bring out the knight. Knight c3. Okay, knight's attacked. Let's move it back. I want to play d3 next. Let's play d3 and offer a trade of bishops. Okay, let's kick away the knight. Whoa, we have this. That doesn't work. That's a free knight. Bishop here won't work because the bishop will take. That is a free bishop. Let's go. Get the free bishop. Let's go over here and threaten knight c4, forking the queen and the rook. We got to play a little bit faster, but let's go. We have the fork. We take. We go back here, giving up the knight. Okay, let's go here. Bring out this fork. Nope, we take here. Free bishop. Check. This is no good for my opponent. Mate. There we go. Checkmate on the books. That's how we do things. Wait a sec, he's focusing. What's everyone saying? I missed a little bit in the chat. Accept my challenge. Kapil, you have to get in the queue. You were lost from the beginning, even for the opening, probably. You want 3 minutes like normal? That's fine. Can we play bullet after everyone in the queue has played? Only if my queue is empty. Wait a sec, he's focusing. Yeah, I was in bullet games. I can't look at the chat, or I'll just lose on time. I was giving my all focus and just commentating on the game, and I ended up with 8.5 seconds left. So if I take a few moments here and there to read the chat, I would lose. I would lose. Do exclamation mark list to see the list. All right, let's see who's next. Next up is Mr. RNB, aka Yummy Time. He's also known as a chess player. 1, 2, 3. All right, time to get a game. Challenge 3 minute. Let's go. Good luck. A chess player. Challenge sent. Are you ready to get destroyed for the 15th time in a row? Or however many times it was. I'm gonna roast you so hard this game. So come at me. Did you get the challenge, Mr. RNB? Here we go. We're gonna start things off with e4. We have a Pierce. We're gonna play d4, establish pawn control. You really want an early queen trade? If you do that, you don't get to castle for the rest of the game. So I'm all on board for that. Okay, let's bring out our knights. Knights before bishops, as they say. Let's pin that knight. Threaten to take it and ruin the pawn structure. Okay, the bishop goes here. Protecting, unpinning. Let's castle with the check. And now we take. Give me that pawn. And now there's a lot of pressure going on this bishop. If they're not careful, they could lose. There's also a threat of a fork. There's a lot going on here. This knight here is glued to that bishop. If the knight ever moves out, I could take here, removing the defender. This fails to the fork. We're forking the king and the rook. We are absolutely destroying. That's a free rook. A free rook in the corner. What's up, Shadow Monarch? How are you doing today? Alright. They are adding a defender to that square. Let's go ahead and play bishop b5. Threaten to remove the defender. And then play pawn to e5, because if the bishop takes, we have rook e1, pinning the piece to the king. You hardly ever smash the like button. Get more people in here. Okay, that move is pretty good. It gets the way out of the pin, but let's take. We are up material, so let's take. My knight is a little bit annoying over there. Hard to break it free, but I'm trying my best. Let's go with this move. At least I get a pawn out of it. Whoa, he doesn't take anything. Alright, let's go here. I have a bunch of pawns over here. I'm going to start rolling them through. Okay, we push. We defend. What's up there, Blam? All you need to do is subscribe to my channel and do !join. And then you'll join my queue. Alright, the rook is coming into play. I have both rooks. My opponent just has one. But my opponent has the bishop pair. So it's a pretty interesting game here. I would love to push. You know what? Let's do it. Let's push. Attack that rook. Where is that rook going? I'm going to attack it again. Where is that rook going? Passed pawns are meant to be pushed, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I guess we push again. We are hitting the bishop. Pushing our passed pawns also. Where does that bishop want to go? This is a devastating position for my opponent. Even though it looks equalish. Check. I'm removing all chances. Okay, let's go over here and take the free pawn. Okay, hitting my piece. Check. This is a threat. Here, and we hit the rook. The rook is starting to get limited options. Let's go with... The rook is almost trapped, but not quite. But let's go here. Check. Where's the king going? King goes over there. Let's start with this move. We're attacking the bishop. Okay. Let's go here. Hit the bishop over here. That bishop is in danger. I missed a free bishop with check. That's okay. No one said that I'm perfect. Let's, tough position. Let's go here and protect this pawn. I blundered the rook. I blundered the rook. This is not good. But I can win it back. At least win the piece back. We have a fight. And with these passed pawns, that's a rook. Let's go. It's a trade, but after... Let's go here. Let's get the knight into play. I'd love to play like knight e6. That's a fork! Hitting the king, hitting the bishop. Let's go! Boom. Threaten to push. Check. Let's move. Hey there, Grace. Alright, let's give up. Let's give up the piece. We have a winning pawn endgame. After takes, we are going to protect that pawn. Now the king is going to have to move somewhere at some point. And then I'll be able to outflank him left or right. We're just going to make waiting moves and see where the king wants to go. If the pawn ever moves, I'm going to lock him up. This is a complete win. A complete win for me. Let's go over here. Where's the king going now? The king can scoop up all three of these pawns. It doesn't matter. This one is now going to run and become a queen. Boom, boom, boom. Get a queen. Let's go. Get a queen. Take it. Let's go here. Check. And mate. Bada boom. That's how we do things here. That's how we do things at Core Squares. All right. Who is next? Who wants more punishment? Shadow Monarch, the 2300 player. And, okay, we're in for a battle here. This one's not going to be easy. If you are joining my channel for the first time, please sub to my channel, hit the like button, and do ! join. Hop in my queue. I will roast you and play you and give you my thoughts so that you can improve. Alright, Shadow, good luck and good game, R&B. That was fun. You held up quite the fight. Alright, time to fight Shadow Monarch. SJW. He is a 2065. And he starts things off with the Karo Khan, and we play the 2 knights attack against it. Bring out our knights. Okay, they go for this line, but I think this is good for us, because now we can play c3 and start exerting all of this pressure. We take, we go queen a4, and now there's still so much pressure. That move drops the pawn, because now the knight cannot take because it's pinned. So we're up a pawn against a 2265. Let's go. He's going to shatter and fall. Let's take the bishop. Let's play this move. We're putting the knight to the side so that the bishop can come get developed. We want to bring out that bishop. The knight's also supporting this pawn. Alright, let's go ahead and develop that bishop. Castle next. Kingside safety, extremely important. Let's go do that. Guys, if you're viewing, please give me a like. Let's take. Rook takes, walking into a pin. Alright, let's go here. Solidify this pawn structure. Maybe bishop out. Yeah, let's go ahead and put the bishop out. I don't see a fork. What to do? I guess this makes sense. No, it doesn't. Let's go here. Bring in the knight. Maybe reroute my queen here at some point. Let's see. I think here we take. The rook cannot take because it's pinned. The pawn has to take, and now the structure is severely damaged. We're going to go here and threaten this and threaten that. That's a beautiful win. But he sees it, so let's move. Let's move. If rook here, maybe knight there, and threaten that. Okay, good move. Let's go up. Maybe go ahead and do a rook lift. We are going to do a rook lift here. Hey there, Henry. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my stream. Rook f3 next, followed by rook g3. Alright, let's do it. Let's rock and roll with the rook lift. Okay, let's push. No, 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 we don't want to blunder. Let's go here. No blunders. I would love to play something like... Ooh, can I get away with this? Rook takes in here? Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Let's allow the rook to take. This may be stupid, but I'm going to allow it because there's so much pressure going on. H7. Will he take the pawn? That is the question. Question of the day. Will he do it? He does. I think this is good for us. We hide our king in the corner so that this rook can be a defense for g1. Okay. I think we take, but then bishop takes, but then I can push the pawn. And then what is that rook doing? Okay, that move was pretty good. I didn't think about that. But I think we're going to be up a bunch of material. Or not. We're losing. It's going to be a rook against a... shit. What to do? I guess we have to take... This is not good for us, guys. We blundered. This is terrible. Yeah, I fumbled this one. Fumbled it hard. He has a devastating queen. He's just going to eat up all my pieces. Yikes, guys. First time you heard me say a bad word. Yeah, I try not to. I let it slip. I let my potty mouth get the best of me there. I'm just losing here. This probably is fork. I'm going to resign. The queen is too powerful. Good game there, Shadow. I really thought I had you there. I really, really, really thought I had you there. I did. I was completely winning until I wasn't. Good game. There was a brilliant. I had 6 great moves, but that's not enough to win. That's not enough to beat Shadow Monarch. But okay, that's life. Was Zing King is next? That doesn't make sense. We already played. I'm pretty sure we already played. With message after queue is empty. I have no idea what that means. So let's do next again and see what happens. If anyone didn't play me yet, let me know. Evan, we already played. We're keeping it 1 game. Henry, you can totally play me, but just make sure you're in the queue. So do !join in the chat. And same for you, Kapila. I don't know if you did that yet. Grace, you're up. I hope you mean I'm a go, as in you're going to go play me. Okay, here we go. Sheikah, I'm not doing a 10-minute game. We are doing a 3-minute game to make it fair for everyone who wants to play me. Exclamation mark, not a question mark. All right. Here we go. Challenge sent, Grace. Good luck. Here we go. Let's do this. E4, C6. Bring out our pieces. Caro-Kann style. Exclamation mark first, Henry. You're almost there. Just move the exclamation mark to the beginning of the word. Whenever we play, can we play a 1-minute bullet game? Sure. If I remember. Okay, we're bringing out the knight. This bishop move is bad, because this bishop would love to come out into the game, but it's hard to do it because now this pawn is stuck behind that bishop. That's why this bishop move is no good. Let's bring out our knight. Awesome, Henry. Thanks for joining. Make sure you're subbed. Click on that sub button and also the like button. That would be helpful. Let's pin. Pin to win. This bishop is a little bit awkward, like I said before. He may try to fianchetto it on this long diagonal. Okay, let's back it up. Maintain pressure on the pin. Alright, yep, fianchetto in the works. But that's okay. You know what I'm going to try? I was thinking about this, but then pawn g4 here, and then I would lose the pawn. So not yet. Let's play e6. You can't play assuming the opponent is going to make a bad move. You have to play assuming the opponent is going to make the perfect responses. This way you'll never go wrong. You can't play hope chess. Thanks for subbing, Henry. I really do appreciate it. All right, the knight is a little bit awkward over there. Knights on the rim are dim. Let's go with playing a6, shutting down that knight. Shutting down the bishop. Appreciate you, Henry. Thank you. Where is white going now? All his pieces are pretty much developed. What next? That's the hard part of chess. You join the queue, now what? Now you wait till it's your turn. If you want to see who's in the list at any point, just do exclamation mark list. But if you want to see where your position is, just do exclamation mark join again, and it will tell you exactly where you're at on the list. Alright, the rook has moved. One thing I'm noticing is this pawn is slightly weak, so I could play something like bishop c5 followed by queen b6 to target that pawn. That could be something worth pursuing. But I don't want to move here right now because bishop takes knight hurts my pawn structure, but you know what, maybe that's okay because that allows rook g8 and I'm on the pawn. Let's start with bringing out the bishop. I want to see what white's approach will be here. Cloud is next, and then Henry. All right, the rook goes back. The rook goes back. All right, what are they going to do after queen d6? Attacking that knight. The knight can't go here, there's a pawn. The knight can't go here, there's a pawn. So what? The knight has to go all the way back? What are they doing? Setting up the board for the next game by putting the knight on that second square? This is why knights on the rim are dim. They're very, very limited in their mobility. Especially when I'm shutting it out with pawns. Now I'm attacking it again. It has to go all the way back. Otherwise, I'll just take it. Bishop takes, queen takes. I'm really happy about this. Maybe I'll castle next. Probably kingside, but you know what? Maybe even queenside and go in for a storm on the kingside. All right, they completely ignore it. So I'm going to take and be up a full knight. That is a free knight. I'm up. Now I have 1, 2, 3 minor pieces, and my opponent only has 2. That was a really bad piece to lose. Now I'm threatening to play something like knight e5 and putting a little bit more pressure. That's a horrible move. That knight was pinned. The bishop was on it because of the queen behind. They moved the knight, and now that gives up the queen behind. And just like that, they're dropping pieces like flies. There we go. Good game. Can someone please explain to me how to play? Blam, I would suggest going to YouTube and typing how to play chess. I made a video, but you could probably find a lot of people that can explain it better than I do. I think Gotham Chess made like a full 30-minute course on it. Henry has a, I don't know if it's a question or a statement or whatever, we're going to read it. Henry says, I played a game where I traded everything and did not move my knight until there is only 2 pawns and a knight on each side. Game ended in a draw. That's a fair way to do it. Insufficient material. But the thing about mindlessly trading is you're going to get to an endgame, and if you're not so well versed in your endgames, you might just get outplayed depending on who you're playing. So my suggestion to you, Henry, is don't trade pieces unless you're absolutely sure you know what you're doing. But feel free to try. All right, I think Henry, you're up next. So take that advice to heart. Hey, Southern Chess, good to see you. Southern Chess he's a frequent visitor here. Are you? Henry, you're up. Henry, I don't know if you shared your username yet. If not, it doesn't look like you did. Can you share with me your username so I can challenge you? Just drop it below and you'll get the challenge. Cloud, it doesn't look like... Oh, I'm so sorry. I skipped over you, Cloud. I apologize. Henry, you're on deck. I did not mean to skip over you, Cloud. My apologies. Henry, thanks for sharing that. You're on deck. So after I play Cloud, then it'll be you. There was a lot of people chatting, so I must have glanced over it. Sorry about that. Okay. Here we go. All right. Challenge sent. Yup. I'm not used to having so many chatters at the same time. All right, I sent you the challenge, Cloud. Good luck. Here we go. Time to play. And then, Henry, I got you for Wild Saggy Dress. What a username. That paints a very vivid picture. Cloud, did you get my challenge? It's been already a few minutes. Cloud. Kagayamoku or something like this. I sent you the challenge. Did you get it? Waiting on you to accept. Do you need me to resend it or anything like that? Because everybody's waiting for you. There's no pressure whatsoever. I'm sure everyone will be patient. You're 1600 awesome. It'll be a fun fight. Grace, why do you keep saying my name? How can I help you? Did you have a question or something? Oh, say 4 if you want to know my ELO. 4. I didn't get it. Please continue. I'm going to try again. Maybe see if you get it this time. Make sure you're logged into chess.com. Hit play. Oops. Reset. Oops, that was the wrong one. I'm going to scroll up a bit. I'm going to try again. I would hate to skip you. for no reason if I don't have to. You could also try challenging me. But it says you're online. Alright, I'm sending the challenge. Maybe you got it this time. R&B, it's exclam list. Alright, here we go. We do get a game. Thanks everyone for your patience. Alright, we have this English opening. I don't know any English opening theory, but I do know that I can transpose to a Queen's Gambit declined by playing pawn to e6 and then pawn to d5. And a lot of times they're going to make a move like d4, and then we're going to have a classic Queen's Gambit declined. And we've transposed to a Carlsbad of the Queen's Gambit declined. So that's kind of how I transpose to openings that I'm familiar with. Because I don't want to play in English. Too complicated. Just transpose to a Queen's Gambit declined with e6 and then d5. And then we have a normal Queen's Gambit declined. Bring out the other knight. Let's go here. Castle next. All solid stuff. Hey, Corey, you also really like the Queen's Gambit. You like e6 and d5 as well. Nice. Nice. All right, the pawn moved, which means the knight is a little bit exposed. I am thinking about bishop here, but they can block with this bishop. I'm not 100% convinced about it. So I think first I'm going to change up the move order and play queen a5. Then if bishop here, I can back it up with this bishop. And I think that's solid. Hey, if Southern Chess is doing it, that means I'm doing something right. Let's go over here, threaten to take. Rook here is the most logical move. That is a good logical move as well. Let's castle and get some kingside safety. Maybe I could think about sacrificing. Ooh, queenside castling. Really, I don't think this move is good. Let's play... let's go here. Pin the knight. You know your openings really well. Nice. Nice. I know you do. Alright, the knight has moved. What does that mean for us? Let's take. And I think we can jump in here with our knight. And where's that rook gonna go? Castle? Yeah, castle cannot be good here. This is asking for trouble. Alright, what to do? I could hit the knight. But let's first chill. Let's be over here with our knight. Get all of our pieces developed. Alright, bishop is hit. Let's go over here and threaten some nasty discovery on the queen. Knight g3 would be brilliant. Just attacking everything at the same time. White has to be losing, yeah, I bet. Hey Seth, good to see you again. Alright, the queen moved. Queen moved out of the way. But I think this is an issue for the knight. Where exactly is the knight going to go after I kick it with the pawn? It can't go here anymore. There's a queen there. This is attacked twice. That is a free knight. That doesn't do anything. We take. And we have a resignation. Being down a piece is just a little bit too much. And they can't take the heat, so they resign. Alright, next up. Who is next on my victim list? Hey, that's alright, Southern Chess. Thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate your insights. Blam, you're up. Blam, what is your... Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped Wild Saggy Dress. You're on standby, Blam. Wild Saggy Dress, you're up, and then Blam, you're up. So, Blam, in the meantime, if you want to drop your chess.com username, I would appreciate it. Wild Saggy Dress. Here we go. Time to play. He is a 1600. Alright. Sent you the challenge. Mr. Henry. Are you still here? Here we go. Me against Henry. 1600 versus a 1900. We have a Queen's Gambit exchange variation. Carlsbad structure is very similar to our previous game. Somehow managed to block off both bishops. Castle queenside, which instantly loses. Yeah, castling queenside was a big mistake. It just left your king wide open for an attack. Grace, why do you keep saying my name? It highlights it in orange, so it draws attention to it. Let's castle. It would be cool if I can play like bishop c7, queen d6, remove the defender, and then give it a little checkmate or risky over here. Let's try. So tell me your elo. 4. I said 4. Okay. This is damaging the kingside pawns. So let's go here and enjoy being... What to take with? Here or here? I think this move is interesting and worth considering. It does weaken my kingside, but at the same time, it opens up the rook. So I'm going to do that. Normally, I would take this way, but I mean, come on. Come on. This is good for us. This is fantastic. Let's go here. If pawn here, I'm going to play knight here. Or, yeah, let's go here with the knight. What are they doing with their pawns? Queen here is solid. I could have tried that. Okay, let's go back. I would want to play queen here. Put some pressure. Elo's in the negatives. Oi. What to do? I guess push makes a little bit of sense. Or I could ignore it and come in here. Let's do that. I think that's more solid for us. And where is white going? I'm threatening the pawn, threatening here. How do you really address both? They don't. So I'm gladly going to go here. Check. King will move. I'll give a check. King will go here. I'll go back. I could do a perpetual at the minimum, but I don't want to do that. That's not my style. We go check and we take the pawn. Because then bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes. There is a little passed pawn here I have to worry about, but hey, a pawn is a pawn. So we take. If the rook ever goes there to hit the queen, that would be a checkmate. So they have to be really careful about what to do. Now I'm threatening a mate here. All right, queen goes there. Solid. Solid move. Let's see here. What to do? I guess we take and then play rook here, or knight there. Yeah, let's do that. That's pretty logical. Let's go this way. Threaten your rook trade. We do it. And we take. These pawns are very weak. I'm going to bring in my knight. I think right now. Let's go in with that knight. Hey, Nick YT. Free pawn. Let's go. That is a fork, or at the minimum, I'm going to get a piece trade. Okay, that doesn't work. This pin doesn't work because of push. Let's go here. That simply doesn't do anything. Let's go here. Rook over here. Scoop up that pawn. And we have this game in the bag. Let's go here and scoop up that pawn. You know what? I'm okay if he wants to take the knight. I'm forcing some trades. I have an overwhelming majority of the pawns. There's absolutely nothing that white can do now. They walked into it. I'm just going to lock in the pawns. How do you keep your pawns connected? By not allowing stupid, crazy stuff to happen. Keep them connected. I mean, that's it. That's all there is. You have to always think about your pawn structure. I'm about to promote push, 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 get a queen. We go here, and now there's a little red carpet for that pawn, and there's absolutely nothing they can do here. Boom, now the king is escorting the pawn. Get a queen. All right, let's go here. We don't want any stalemates. Let's just go here, pick up the pawn. And we'll go here. We'll get another queen. I just want to not pre-move all the way to make sure there's no stalemates. Here, the king can go. So let's go check. 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 This is not the most efficient way to do it, but hey, it works. It works. Check and then mate. There we go. Good game. Guys, I am going to close off the queue because I will be wrapping things up after I'm done with the queue. All right. Next up, who do we have? Good game, Henry. Oh, wait, I skipped someone again. This was Blam. Is Blam here? Did Blam put in his... Blam, are you still here? Evan, we've played already today. We have to give everyone a free chance. Blam is up next. Yeah, Blam is left. I don't know if anyone's after Blam. Actually, Nick YT. Blam and Nick YT is up. Nick YT, if you want to drop your chess.com user. Unless I have it already. No, I don't. Have a good day, Evan. Thanks for hopping in. Alright, Blam, what's your username? Is it just Blam? There probably is someone named Blam, yeah. But I doubt that's you. We will give Blam 30 seconds before we move on to the next person to give us his username. Blamotoko. Okay, I'm probably mispronouncing that, but that is okay because we got the username. All right, let's do a search for Blamotako. Sounds like Blam Taco. All right, here we go. From Algeria. Hey there, Stephanie. That's my girlfriend, everybody. No joke. That is my girlfriend in the chat. All right. Here we go, Blam. Good luck. I sent you the challenge, Blam, so go ahead and check it. Did you get the challenge? What's up, Grace? I love you too, Steph. All right, pawn to e4. We have Scandinavian. All right, we're hitting the queen. I love the Scandinavian. Well, I love playing against the Scandinavian. I would never in a million years recommend it. It's not a good opening, period. You're like, if you play the Scandinavian, you're basically telling your opponent that you're okay with playing at a slight disadvantage. All right, there's a little bit of pressure going on here. I don't like this. I don't like this very much. Let's go here. Hit the bishop. We're okay to lose this. We damage our pawn structure a bit, but you know what? It's worth the fight. Hey, 2025 world. My queue is technically closed, but since you're a new person, I will let you join in if you sub to my channel and if you click the like button. I'll play you after. Just let me know your chess.com username and I'll make sure you're after. Kapil, you never joined my queue. You challenged me a while ago, but you never joined my queue. All right, castle's this way. Interesting. We're in for a fight, guys. You'll come tomorrow? Okay, yeah, no problem. No problemo. All right, the queen looks almost trapped. It's a bit awkward. If I push here, I could start a kingside initiative. The queen will have to move and I can maybe push again. That looks solid for us. I do have to be a little bit mindful of the pawn here. It's a bit loose. Maybe I need to make a move to defend it by playing like bishop e3 or even knight e2, depending on where white goes. But let's see what they do. All right, the queen comes into play. What to do now? I guess bishop here makes sense. It's logical. It supports that pawn. I don't mind having these doubled pawns. They're pretty strong because it helps with the center control. Maybe rook c1 makes a ton of sense. All right, it's hitting the bishop. But quite frankly, I don't care. If he wants the bishop, he can take it. That'll just help me open things up. All right, let's do it. Let's open things up. Now the pawn's protecting this pawn. I would love to play knight e5. Hit the queen from behind. My knight will be all of a sudden extremely active. This is looking pretty nice for us. And the queen is kind of in la la land. Let's take that. That's a free pawn, because we're on the queen this way. Now we're threatening a fork. This is absolutely nasty for my opponent. Knight e5, brilliant move. Hits the queen. Where's the queen going? I could go here. I could also push. But no. Let's simply go here. Wait. If I go here, queen takes pawn check. But I can simply move and be fine. And I'm still on the fork. So let's do it. Let's go here. Whoa, guys, we have an official fanboy. Someone named Official Corey Zapin says, hi, guys. That is not me. Who the hell is that? What the heck? That is so weird. But it's good to know I have a fan. Flattery is the best. Imitation is the best form of flattery. I think that's how the saying goes. Too funny. The knight is coming into play. Let's go with... Let's take. Give me that. I didn't want to take the free rook because the knight would be very passive there in the corner. I want to play some active moves. Such as that. We're hitting the queen, we're hitting the pawn. We're getting our pieces into play. And there's not enough time for them to do much. What do we want to do here, guys? I guess this move makes sense. Whoa, the knight is coming in? I don't think this works, though, because I have this, and now I'm on the knight. The knight is pinned right now, so if they're not careful, I'll take the queen behind it. All right, the queen comes in. I think we take. Give me that. Threatening rook e8. That is a dirty move. Did I play okay, or were you roasting me? Probably both. I roast everybody. That's kind of my style. But in your game, Henry, let's see. You were Wild Saggy, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that was you, Henry. But actually, let me double check. Yeah, this was our game. It ended pretty badly. So what happened here? Your opening was fine. I don't think G4 was the correct move. I think it was a step in the wrong direction because it exposes your king side. It's something to keep in mind. So we do these trades. I was a little bit hesitating whether to take with this pawn or that pawn. I ultimately went here because I wanted my rook open. I wanted to attack you, throw pieces at your king side, especially with your pawns up here. In a blitz game like this, it makes sense for me to take that way. Exchange, your pawns are damaged here. And this is starting to get nasty here. And this is why, I mean, at the end of the day, my pawns are connected and yours are kind of all over the place. You drop a pawn and this is just devastating. You drop a bishop. Overall, you played good, but you made some serious fundamental mistakes. Thank you, GM Gukesh. There's no way that's actually Gukesh. No way. Let's see. If someone's next that I missed, Seth. Seth is up. Seth, I still hope you're here in the chat. Seth 8463. Your idea was win back the knight? Maybe, but I can move. Awesome, Seth. Thanks for confirming. Let's play. Seth 8463. I'm keeping a database of my most frequent players and their chess.com username, so I don't have to keep asking. All right, here we go. Carol Khan, you called it, official Corey Zapin. Here we go. You called it, and now we get it. By sacrificing the bishop, that's interesting. Let's go here. We've established a pawn in the center. Let's bring out our knight. Okay, bring out our bishop. All basic developing moves. I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm just bringing out my pieces. E6. We have a nice center. Okay, the knight is pinned. Let's break the pin. No pins. The only pin is Zapin. My last name. Alright. Solid position. We're probably both going to castle next. It's the logical thing to do for both of us. Yeah, you're right about that. I had too many pawns, and it was an endgame, and I was just going to push them forward. Alright, the bishop is hit. The knight is hit. What to do? Let's take. If the queen takes, that blunders the pawn. So knight takes. I think we take here. Pawn takes. Okay, that blunders the pawn. So let's just take it. That is a free pawn. This check I'm not worried about because the knight is covering it. We're on the queen. We can always back up again. That is a free pawn. And that's a powerful pawn to take on d4. That is a central pawn. Not one that you want to give up. Let's back up the knight. Enjoy our extra pawn. Hoping you lost on time? Yeah. Difficult to flag me. Okay, I backed up the knight, which also attacks this knight. He failed to recognize that, so he castled, so we take that knight. Now we're up a pawn and a knight, and that's way more than enough material to win the game. Let's back it up. We have another username called Corey Zapin Fanbase. Oh, wow. I don't know how I feel about this. What the heck is going on, guys? Why are you creating usernames with my name? Let's kick out the knight. Where's it going with it? Here, I may go here. And pin it to the rook. Alright, time to castle. And this is begging me to trade something. But I don't want to trade quite yet. Let's put a little bit of pressure on the queen. A little bit of pressure. If they're not careful, I'm going to take this pawn with the fork. Okay. What to do? I guess here. Is it last game? I don't know. It depends on if anyone's in my queue after. Grace, did I play you? I'm not sure if I did. I hope I didn't skip you in the queue. Alright, bishop is under attack. But that's okay, because I could take. Oh, you did play me? Good. I'm glad I did not skip you. Pawn takes, queen takes. I'm cool with this. Because if bishop takes, I take up here. I'm up a bajillion pawns. Let's take the rook. Because I have a rook supporting. And at the end of the day, I have a lot more pieces than my opponent. We'll go here. If the rook comes here, the knight can come into play. Alright, the knight is coming here. Defends everything. If rook comes to c7, rook here. The rook could come this way. That's a little annoying. Okay, but that doesn't happen. I also had a fork I could have done, I think. Yeah, I have passed pawns. I have so many passed pawns. I'm going to slowly push them up. Let's tickle the bishop. We're going to go here, here, there. Bring in the knight. This is all excellent. That's a fork. We get a free bishop. Let's go. Bring in that king. Get the opposition. Check. Okay, we outflank. Opposition diagonally. Let's go here. We take. Let's go here. We're going to pick up this pawn at some point. Let's lock in these pawns. Free pawn. Okay, let's just make a waiting move. We're going to outflank him. Let it outflank this way. Push. Let's go here and escort the pawn. Get a queen. Let's go here. We just need to be a little bit careful with stalemates. There's no stalemate because the king can come here. Check. Here. Here. King goes here and mate. And that's how we do it. Yeah, I don't think I'll become a grandmaster either. I think that's such a lofty goal. Let's see if anyone here is next. Take care, Seth. Good game. Is anybody here in the queue? I think we had Diobdi9371 who wants to play. Nick is up first. If you stick around to the end of my stream, Diobdi9371, I may play you. Nick, what is your username? Thank you all very much for the kind words about my playstyle and that I'm handsome. Nick YT, what's your username? I may have it already, actually. No, I don't have it. Well, let me know what it is. Nick YT. And then we'll get a game. Nick loves chess. 6968. Wow, what a name. I guess you love chess. Do you have a YouTube channel? Your username ends with YT. Usually people with channels, they post content, have YT at the end of their name. I'm wondering if you do chess videos. From Hong Kong. Okay. All right, Nick. Time to play. I'm 27. So I'm 2 years older than 25. I try to stream every day. I can't guarantee it, but I try. All right, we have a fantasy variation. We have a fantasy. Let's go here. We like sacrificing. If the pawn takes, bishop here would be good. Let's take. This king here is kind of open. So let's attack the knight. All right, the bishop is coming to play, but I think... Could I get away with this? Yeah, let's try. Let's try. We're on the knight. If knight here, I was thinking of like some check. Maybe this check makes sense. Or even this check. I don't know. I hadn't decided yet. So I want to see how my opponent responds before having to think. What will my opponent do? Okay, king over there, which seems dumb. It just seems like a really dumb move. Because bishop here. And now I'm on this in the pin. And that's a huge threat. How do you really counter that? Maybe knight here, garden? But I mean, come on. This is a dumb move. That's begging me to play. Begging for me to play bishop g4. No, I will not sack my queen. Alright, that doesn't help. It attacks the bishop, but it does absolutely nothing for this attack. I guess we take here. Check. And I will probably take the rook next. And just end things on the spot. This is a nasty attack. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just take the rook. Keep things simple. Keep things simple. Core squares. Nothing too crazy. I didn't make any crazy moves. Thank you, Corey Zapin fanbase. Really do appreciate it. Let's go here. And throw in a check. Why not? Let's take the free knight. Actually, let's first take here with check. We'll back up our bishop a little bit. Grace, what was your question? Did you have a question or something for me? If so, I may have missed it, so just ask it again. You didn't? So what do you want me to say? Hello? Hello to you. All right, let's push the pawn. Protect this one. If he attacks, I'll just back up. And I'm fine. I'm chillin'. I am ding chillin'. All right. Time to castle. Kingside safety. Super important. I could have also took the pawn, but I want kingside safety. That's a funny rule. It's not true. I'm not perfect. I can't just declare myself to be Corey Zapin and win by default. I have to fight for it. Every game I have to fight tooth and nail. Doesn't look like it, but it's true. Let's take. If knight takes, pawn takes, I'm cool with this. We're just trading down the pieces. All right, time to go here. Tickle the rook. The bishop can't take it because it's pinned by that rook. So where is this rook going? That blunders the rook. So we pick it up. And now this should be pretty smooth conversion. You know what? The hell with it. I'm taking that bishop. And we'll go here. Scoop up all of the pawns. Okay, take. Rook takes. And now there's nothing that white can do to stop this pawn promotion. We're going to guard that rook. The rook is stopping the king from coming here. I'm just going to push, get a queen. Check, 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 and mate. That's how we end things. All right, is anybody next in my queue? Good game, Nick. You played pretty well. Fantasy Variation is a great opening. But you should look at this queen b6 line. Blam, I think we had already played, so I'm going to do next again. Thank you, Corey Zapin fan base. Appreciate the kind words. 1, I want to know how you got your user. All right, the queue is empty, which means there were a few stragglers towards the end of the stream who wanted to play. If you didn't play me next, the first person to put their chess.com username will get a game. But only if you didn't play me yet. Wow, what a game you played. Feels like you're the next Magnus. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm far from the next Magnus. Far from it. But thank you for the kind words. If anybody here did not play me and wants to, I'll give you 30 seconds to put in your username in the chat. And then you'll get a chance to play me on stream where I can roast you live in front of everybody. 30 seconds. Okay, 25 seconds. This is an open challenge for anyone who didn't play me. DOBD, are you still here? Isan, all right, Isan, if you can drop your chess.com username before anyone else, we will play. Drop your chess.com username. The first one to do it, who didn't play me yet, will get a game. And it'll be our final game of the day. So Isan, this is your opportunity to play me. Drop your chess.com username below before anyone else. Have a good day, Nick. Thanks for stopping by and appreciate the game. Isan, all I ask if we do play is that you sub to my channel. I'm offering a finale encore. All right, I'm leaving 15 more seconds. Can I play? Yes, you can. What is your chess.com username? But if someone else puts their username before you, you're not going to get that opportunity. So please, give me your chess.com username. We'll get a game right now. You totally can play, Isan. I just need to know what your username is. Isan, let's get a game. What is your chess.com username? Someone else could snag it. We still don't have a username yet. Oh, there we go. Isan Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has claimed the spot for our encore finale. All right, Isan, make sure you're subbed to my channel. I would appreciate it. All right, here we go. I send you the challenge. Good luck. C6, Karo Khan. Let's do this. Knight F3, D5. Takes and takes. Bring out our knight. Bring out our other knight. Let's go. Gloves off. There's some pressure that he's putting on my knight over here. I'm going to defend it with my queen. So that if bishop takes, pawn takes. And now my queen is guarding that pawn. Let's bring out our bishop. E6 and bring out our other bishop. And things are looking pretty smooth for us. Excellent. This pawn move screams at me that he wants to play this. I'm going to let him because I want to damage his pawn structure. Let's play bishop d6. Okay. We have a fight. That move of the bishop undefends this pawn. So what do? We take that pawn. We take it. And now we're attacking the knight. We're attacking the pawn. It's guarded by the bishop. This game is all over right away. All right, this does absolutely nothing to support that knight, so we take that knight. Thank you for the free knight. Let's go. And now white is cooked. I'm going to castle next and enjoy a really nice position. All right. What do I want to do? What do I want to do now? I could do anything. I'm up a full piece. This move is interesting. I don't think it works because bishop takes bishop. If knight takes, then I take the rook over here. And then my king can take the knight. Let's go. Let's take that bishop. Let's take the rook over there. And let's take the knight over here. Excellent. We are up 1,000,000 pieces and they just hung a queen. Free queen in our pocket. Let's go. We get a dub. Isan wants to play me again. You know what? I will give him a rematch. E4. Scandinavian. What is with everybody and trying the Scandinavian against me? It just doesn't work. If you play the Scandinavian, if it's part of your repertoire, find another opening. It is garbage. It is not a good opening. I'm sorry, John Bartholomew. The opening is trash. Let's go here. Put a rook over there. Well, Grace, no one else was in the queue, that's why. But this is our encore finale. Alright. Put a bishop over here. It will hit that knight. We'll back up the bishop. So far, I have to say black is playing much better this time around. We take. We go here. I would love it. It would be so cool if I could back up the bishop with the queen here and then give a checkmate over there. Let's try. Let's first hit the knight. But then the knight could take here. But then I could go back up. Alright, I'm going to try something devilish. Let's see if they see that. They do. Or maybe they just got lucky, but we're going to play this and go here with the knight. I want to try to remove the defender of that pawn. Okay, they see it. Very nice. Let's go here. Let's go there. We're hitting the knight. Our knight here is so much better than the opponent's knight. Alright, they are offering a trade. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to go here and establish some control over these weak dark squares. Alright, let's go with this move here. Queen e3 pointing at h6. You can't see the rating, it's too small. That's actually really good feedback. I'll have to look at that after the stream and see what I can do to make it bigger next time. Anyway, Isan is 848 and I am 1913. Mostly folders. That's where we stand. I'm threatening to play queen to h6. Which there's no devastating checkmate at right now, but because there's a knight over here, but this is solid for us. Keep thinking, Black. Keep thinking. They're just going to run out of time. Alright, that move. I'm going to put the queen over here. You like the background? It's very soothing to watch you play. Hey, I appreciate it. What to do now? I guess we need to put our knight somewhere. You know what? Let's go over here with the knight. I'm okay with the trade because I still have some decent center control. And then I could maybe play bishop to b3 and then point it at the king and stuff. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go here. Bishop. Maybe double up. There's a little bit of pressure going on. Could I take the queen now and go for this attack? I think I can, and I'll be up a pawn. Let's do it. Let's enjoy the extra pawn. Unfortunately, Grace, I'm going to have to decline your challenge because I have to go after this game. That's a free rook. They completely blundered it. Let's go here. Stop the king from escaping here. And we're going to trade off the other pair of rooks. And this is just devastating. Let's take... We'll go here. We have resignation. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone.